going well. Welcome to the kitchen. I'm here joined by my friend Ed Kimber today, aka the boy who bakes.
Not much of a boy anymore. We're gonna make some sweet and salty brownies. So classic chocolate brownie topped with salted caramel, pretzels, cocoa nibs, and whatever else we can find in the kitchen.
Sounds delicious. Because I do sometimes struggle with making a caramel. I
Sure.
don't do it very often, so can't wait to see the way you do it.
Well, there are different ways of making caramel. You can either make it wet or dry. I find that wet crystallizes too much, so a lot of people will struggle with it and will make more mistakes. I think dry is a little scarier, but actually a lot easier. So all we're gonna do, we've got some plain old caster sugar in our saucepan, and we're just gonna turn it onto a medium heat. You really wanna resist stirring it too much. Just leave it in the pan until it starts to have a ring of caramel around the outside. Let's turn this down because this is a hot pan. Have I done that?
Well, I
Nope.
do it on, yeah, there you go.
You have to press F.
Yeah, and then if you do it super low.
There we go.
That's it.
So you don't want it too high because it can become really bitter really quickly.
Yeah.
And so you just want it on a nice low temperature. And if this is the first time you're making it, going really nice and low is a perfect way of not getting into it too quickly. The only thing to note is when you're using your spatula, you need to make sure it's a heat-proof spatula because the caramel will melt your spatula if it's not. Combine it a little bit. We're not really aggressively stirring it, just bringing the melted caramel from the outside into the middle so that it combines nice and evenly. So if you've got any kind of like big lumps, you can just press those to break them into smaller pieces because they'll melt a little bit easier. At this point, you just kind of want to just gently keep it moving a little bit. The colour's getting there now, and we are going to add the cream in a second. So we're going to add our butter first.
Oh, look at that.
Once the butter is nicely combined, or almost combined, we can then add a good pinch of flaked sea salt. At this point, you need to be really careful. Add the cream in 2 amounts. If you add it all in one go, there's a chance it will bubble up a lot and possibly even go over the pan. Also be very careful of the steam. Then add the second amount of cream.
Wow, it looks amazing.
And then just gently stir it. Now, if at this point, because your cream was cold and your caramel was really hot and you've got lumps and you can feel it as you stir it, turn the heat right down to low and just stir it occasionally and it will eventually all melt back down.
If you are making it in advance, how long will it keep for?
This actually keeps really well. It'll keep for at least up to a week, if not longer. We've got this really delicious dark caramel now. Just needs a little bit longer to cook. So now that's been on there for about 2 minutes, we can turn this off and we're gonna set that aside for a few hours. We have already made one. We just popped it into a disposable piping bag that we can use easier later. And now we have to get rid of this thing. I'm gonna now show you the brownie base, and it's a real classic brownie. So what we've got in the bowl is some unsalted butter and some chocolate. I use guitar chocolate from San Francisco. I love their stuff, I think it's really good. But also because it's in these small pieces that are all exactly the same size, it melts really beautifully and easily. So we're just gonna put that on a pan of simmering water, just pass that over to you. And just stir that occasionally. You don't need to be too worried about it. It will melt happily on its own. You can also microwave it if you want. You just got to be really careful because chocolate burns really quickly in the microwave. And it stinks. It's the most gross smelling thing in the world.
I've set fire to chocolate in the past before.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Whilst that's melting, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna mix our dry goods together. So we've got plain flour, a little bit of salt, and then cocoa powder. So it's really good to try and find a good cocoa powder. And there's lots available, but they're a little harder to find in the supermarket, annoyingly. So just mix that together. We're gonna set that aside. And then to finish it, we're gonna top it with a mixture of salted pretzels, just because I love anything with salt. Obviously the caramel we've already made, and then these beauties. So these are cocoa nibs, which is how chocolate starts off being made. And basically it's the inside of the cocoa. And these have obviously no sugar, so they're quite bitter. And if you add them onto something that has got chocolate, it kind of just intensifies it.
So you just sprinkle them over the top?
Yeah, it just kind of adds these pops of kind of chocolate intensity. So now that the chocolate and butter is melted and set aside, we're just gonna leave it for a few minutes. We're gonna work on the rest of the ingredients. We're gonna take 4 eggs and just add those to the bowl with our sugars. We're also going to add a little bit of vanilla. And a lot of people go, why you add vanilla to everything? And I don't add it to everything, but I think it adds a really nice extra level of flavor. And I think, you know, baking is similar to cooking in that what you're trying to do is layer in different amounts of flavor. It really helps make something really delicious.
I always use this in my chocolate brownie.
Oh, I love it. I think it's really delicious. So sugars, both in at the same time. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna whisk it on a mixer. You can use a normal hand mixer if you want. So now that we've got a really nice thick and pale mixture, that air that we've added is going to add that really beautiful texture on top. It'll make it much fudgier, so it's just utterly delicious. Do you want to scrape that chocolate and butter into here?
Yes.
You can do this on the mix if you want. We're just going to do it here so
Just
you
all
can
in
see
one,
it.
so you don't have to keep it running or anything.
No,
like
no,
that.
no, just pour it
Pop all
straight in.
Oh, look at that. There you go.
So I bought a new phone the other day and I was making these brownies and I poured chocolate all over the phone. It was fine. It's waterproof now. It's fine.
Did it?
So just mix all of that together. Now that this is nice and uniformly mixed, we're just going to add our dry goods to the top. You can sieve this over if you want. I don't find a need to bother, to be honest. I just sprinkle it over so it's in a nice flat layer, so it's not in just kind of one big lump, and then you do need to fold this together. I think the key to a really fudgy brownie is you don't want to overdo this stage.
Yeah.
Just want to do it until it's just combined. Now that the brownie mixture is made, we're going to pour it into the tin. So I'm just using a 9x13 tin that I've lightly greased and then put a piece of parchment in. Pour this brownie mixture in. Just gently level this out. Just kind of tease it into the corners.
There we go.
Once that's mixed, I tend to give it a little shimmy just to make sure it's nice and level. And then we're going to decorate it. So we're going to take our caramel, we have some scissors. What we're going to do is just kind of randomly drizzle it all over. This doesn't need to be perfect whatsoever. You just want a nice even distribution so that every little bit of brownie gets...
Rubbish scissors, aren't they? Let me actually throw those in the bin now.
I was about to throw them.
Otherwise, there
Cool.
you go.
Drizzle it kind of randomly all over. And you want it in fairly thick bits because it will hold its shape quite well, and then you get these little pockets.
Oh, that's good. So when it bakes, it will actually kind of retain
Yes.
some of its shape.
To finish is we're going to take our pretzels and then just kind of sprinkle these. That is also what you have to do with the rest of the caramel. You have to eat it. Just sprinkle them all over.
Oh, that's good caramel.
It's really good, right? So that was a little bit pale for my liking. I would
Oh,
like
I
it a
like
little
it.
bit darker, but I made these at 11:30 last night, so I was desperate to go to bed. And then do you want to add some of the cocoa nibs?
Oh yes, just a kind of
Just a light
scattering.
sprinkling, so like every bite has a few of them in, just because I think it really adds to the flavour. So now that the brownies are ready, we can put that in the oven. So it's a 160 on a fan setting, that's Celsius, or 180 on a regular oven. And we're going to put that in the oven for about 30 minutes. If it's a little shallower, 25 minutes is about right, but basically barely set.
I always find that when I use a knife, if you've got it a little bit pasty, then
Yeah.
that's about right.
Yeah, definitely. It shouldn't be
Not
like
glossy,
completely
but
wet.
just- yeah.
So
Okay.
shove those in the oven.
Stick those in there.
So this is the finished brownie. It basically looks exactly as it did when it went in the oven, except just a little bit more set.
I like the way the caramel's kind of just sunk in and made like little gullies of.
Yeah, so if you can see like some of the ones on the edges, that's where it gets hotter. The stuff in the middle is where like that's the piece I'm going to want.
So you keep the bits for you and then give the
yeah,
other people
definitely
that
to people
bit
that you don't like.
outside.
Well, they're still delicious, but just not quite as good.
Not as good.
If you want a really like annoyingly pretty slice, what I tend to do is heat this over the gas hob until the knife is hot, and then cut a slice, clean it, heat, cut. It's really boring.
But it's
But
worth it if you want to.
if you want those
doing some nice
perfect
pictures or
slices,
something.
so I'm just going to do that now because I want some perfect pictures.
Got a masterclass in knife heating here. Oh, look at that.
One, I can do another one quickly. Two like that. And let's just show you. So really nice clean slice, but super fudgy. And if we break this open, you're gonna get
Oh, look at that.
gooey caramel, nice amazing fudgy texture, and that perfect kind of sweet and salty mixture.
Oh, wonderful. Can I try it?
Yeah, that's the point. I'm leaving you this whole tray. I'll try it actually.
Oh, wow.
Good?
Really good. Really good.
That's like stick to your whole mouth fudgy, but
It's so nice with the caramel on the top and the saltiness, which I'm getting. Well, thanks for coming, Ed. That was
Good start
brilliant.
again.
Everything you need to make that is just down there. And if you want to see the video that we did earlier on Ed's channel, you can click wherever that may be. So thanks for watching and see you soon.
See you later. So, can we do that again?